A historic day in America as President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris take office, calling for unity.
To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity.
This as protesters claiming to be with Antifa take to the streets of downtown Sacramento, met by a heavy police presence and barricades at the state capitol. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kling.
And I'm Tony Lopez. Two separate protests happened in downtown Sacramento today. No violence, but they were vocal. One forming at Neely Johnson Park, the other at Fremont Park in downtown Sacramento, both walking distance from the state capitol, where they were met by plenty of law enforcement and barriers. Some protesters did get through barriers at the state capitol.
And CBS 13's Marissa Perlman is live there with what happened next. Marissa.
Yeah, the state capitol, guys, quiet for most of the afternoon, except for that one tense moment where that group of protesters who had marched here from those area parks managed to breach a barrier set in place by CHP, running right past officers, getting as close to Capitol grounds as they could. A cloud of pink smoke left behind after a group of protesters jumped a fence near the west steps of the Capitol. Waving flags and banging on the Capitol fence, groups, some wearing Black Lives Matter banners, sending a message to the National Guard and the California Highway Patrol guarding the Capitol lawn. The FBI warned last week after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, all 50 state capitals could see armed attacks. So far, there's been no violence in Sacramento. 4 people who identified themselves as Trump supporters here showed up sporting American flags.
I wish there were more Trump supporters here because I thought there was going to be a lot, but no, I come all the way from Fresno, California.
Patricia from Sacramento took to a corner of the Capitol. She says she's here to honor a new administration on Inauguration Day.
I wanted to celebrate no matter what is happening, just because I think it's something to celebrate. We shouldn't be afraid and make our presence known.
Neighbors on both sides agree on one thing. They don't believe this period of civil unrest is near over.
There's a lot of people who think because of the election, their voice is not going to be heard. And I think what happened in the Capitol is merely the tip of the iceberg.
I think it will continue because they're deep wounds.
Still a heavy law enforcement presence around Capitol grounds, but some of those barriers have come down in the past couple of hours. The crowds that were here eventually left and headed towards area parks. They were here voicing their anger towards both the Trump and Biden administration, calling all the politicians corrupt, also voicing their anger towards law enforcement who were here guarding the Capitol grounds.
Yeah, the night is still young. We'll see what happens this evening. We'll watch it for you. Marissa, thank you.